It's usually brides, grooms, and their guests who enter the mouth of the historic Ruskin Cave, which is now a wedding venue in Dickson County. But today, it's a group of junior ranger campers from Montgomery Bell State Park. This is where lunch is served. And these kids need the energy for a day of adventure in a very unique environment, playing games, fishing, and creek swimming here on these matrimonial grounds. But this trip also includes a unique opportunity for subterranean exploration.
So the rules are we need to make sure that we don't touch anything, keep your fingerprints to yourself because the fingerprints that will last in there for millions of years and our oil will ruin the cave.
This is a privilege to come out here. I mean, they don't have to let us go out here, but they're letting us have that opportunity because y'all may not get this opportunity ever again.
It's just a little bit too far for us to walk.
Camp counselors give some quick instructions for the upcoming expedition. Then the bus that brought them here from the park takes them for a short ride, less than a mile from the Ruskin, to visit a place that is seldom seen. A little red wood frame building sits in plain view, just a few feet off the highway. The first door leads to a small meeting room for a quick explanation of what to expect. And behind the second door, campers discover a hidden gem that is not open to the general public.
Yeah, go ahead and turn on your lights real quick.
So not many people are able to come through Jewel Cave. It's not an operational cave anymore for tourists. So for the Jackson Foundation to let us into this cave and experience it is very special for anybody, much less these kids that come to our Camp Tanase. So just a chance of a lifetime. Even for me, this is only the second time I've ever been in this cave, and I'm doing a cave tour through it.
The caving trip was absolutely awesome. It was super cool. We got to see all the stalactites, all the stalagmites. There were also some really big cave crickets and stuff. We got to see all the man-made lakes that they had in there. It was really, really cool.
This cave is actually one that was accidentally found when they were building this road in Yellow Creek. When they discovered it in 1885, apparently they decided to make it into a tourist-type cave. So eventually they wired it for lights and they made a path through it. There's actually some impounded ponds that they formed here in the cave and things like that.
First in the cave, I realized it was a little bit colder and darker than other places and also very tight and cramped, but otherwise it was really, really cool to see every formation and little crevice there.
Can everybody turn their lights out?
Even the absolute darkness provides a moment of enlightenment for these kids.
Probably the first person that came in here, they did have matches. He probably struck a light with a match.
We learned a lot about how apparently every inch of a stalactite or stalagmite, that would take 1,000 years for every 1 inch. It's really crazy. And also, he told us about how old there were these man-made tunnels that they would have.
My guess is that he didn't want to take tourists through that fat man squeeze, so he dug out a tunnel that was tall enough for them to actually walk through.
And it's not just the kids who are having a unique experience.
I've been fortunate to work with Tennessee State Parks for 35 years and work all over the state, as well as travel over much of the country because I like to travel. I've been in a lot of caves. I'm by no means a professional caver, but I have been in numerous caves, both wild caves and commercial caves, in Tennessee, Kentucky, Arkansas, and out west, Wyoming, some neat ones in Wyoming. And Jewel Cave, which we're now experiencing today, is special to me because there's so much in such a small area. I've been in caves that had all these formations and stalactites and stalagmites and flowstones and sparkles, but it's been spread out over miles. You spent all day in there to see this much.
These cave salamanders, a lot of them eat the things that are eating off the vegetation.
Some cave-crawling creatures added some fun for these young spelunkers, but it was the geological architecture that got the most attention.
I saw very intricate formations going up or coming down. You could see the water dripping. It was all very handcrafted by Mother Nature.
to have the opportunity to go in it today with a great group of kids like we've got. These kids are just awesome and so enthusiastic and wanting to learn and wanting to experience. So sharing that experience with them is just really a highlight for today.
Tennessee's Wild Side has been a presentation of the Jackson Foundation in association with Rockwater TV.